Make sure you come back at the end of the show for some NFL stuff. But in the meantime, enjoy Alec Warda. On that, who's the manager for the Preds?
Alec Warda.
Shots fired. You think maybe time to replace him?
No, I mean I think he's a good manager as a just
what
from
you
the
just
standpoint
said would contradict that.
Okay.
I don't. Hey, welcome back to Fade the Mahoney. We're going to do a preview show today. We're joined by Alec Warda right here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you guys probably heard of him before. We're previewing the final series. We think the final series of Slate 4 between the Predators and the Cobras. Look what just showed up, Alec. This literally showed up yesterday. I usually tell people to go buy jerseys, but from what I've seen on all your guys' social media, you're doing just fine in that category.
Yeah, the fans, Pred Nation got my back, so they're loyal.
Thanks for joining us. Like I said, last preview of Slate 4, because of the way the schedule works, this might be the last time we have a player on before games or series are played this year. So this got to be a huge honor for you. I'm sure you feel.
Oh yeah, first time on too.
Yeah, first time. We've been working on this for a while. I'm very thankful you could make the time. I know you rushed home from work. Everybody, I'm Mike. This over here, this is Trevor. He's the in-house expert for all things gambling on Major League Wiffle Ball. This is Fade the Mahoney. We like to bet on sports. We're usually pretty bad at it. But when it comes to Major League Wiffle Ball, we're remarkably good. We're going to start with the betting talk for this series. We're going to explain how the betting works to everybody. And then we're going to get to know Alec a little bit better. And we've got some juicy questions for him. So, Trevor, you want to start with, we bet on three things. We bet on the series if we have a disagreement. We bet on how many runs are going to be scored in the series. And then we have a bet on basically fantasy baseball, thanks to MLW stats on the ladder rankings every week. So Trevor makes the lines. He's going to tell us, and we'll explain what they mean. Take it away, Trevor.
Yeah, really looking forward to this series. Obviously, two very good teams competing here. I do have the Preds as slight favorites. Obviously, they've been great this year, contrary to what I thought in the preseason and what a lot of people thought. So that's okay. We got Warda here to roast me a little bit. Ryan got his roast in. I deserve.
Yeah, I saw that.
I deserve them all. It's fine. But I do have the Preds as a favorite here. I have them minus 135. So, Mike, you can explain to Warda what that means and to our betting audience that doesn't understand the verbiage, what that means.
Okay. 135 means you're supposed to win. If you want to win $100, you have to bet $135. So you're not getting all of your money back on your wager, but that's because statistically, the bookmaker, who is Trevor, believes you guys are supposed to win. The opposite way, if you like the Drew Davis and Red Baron led Coastal Cobras, the take back or the opposite number on that is plus 115, meaning if you bet $100 and they win the series, you get 115 back.
Oh.
There's a gap in between those two numbers because that's how bookies make their money, by charging juice. And we're nothing if we're not bookies here. So
yeah, understandable.
So legally, just let the government know that we are not actually bookies.
We're not.
You guys are playing bookies.
Yes.
Yes. We play them on the internet.
For a sporting event that is taped and then downloaded to the world multiple weeks later. We do not actually book bets. So that is that particular wager. Personally, I think that number is pretty accurate. I don't feel strongly one way or another. If I had to bet anything, I would probably lay the juice, meaning I'd take the favorite and lay the 135.
Why don't you do it and stop being a clown? Give me the Cobras. Let's go.
Do what now?
Take the Preds. Give me the Cobras.
All right, I'll take the Preds.
Never shooting.
All right, so
I stuck with, from the beginning of the season, I was down the Preds, so I just got to stick with it going through.
Yeah,
the Cobras are like my new squad now, so
you have to. You got to stick with the guns,
Yeah, in our preseason preview episode, which you'll find a link down below, Trevor was really, really negative on the Predators, had them as the lowest lined win total of the year. Alec, for that means out of the 15 games, I think he said your over under was 5.5, right, Trevor?
Yeah, it was bad. I actually said I didn't think they'd win a series all year long. I went and reviewed the tape because as you saw a few weeks ago, we did our halfway through the season where I got it right, where I got it wrong. And the AL I was way off on. And that's gonna happen. I don't think I was the only one that was in that boat. And we've been over it a couple times where I got it wrong and why I got it wrong. And shout out to the Preds for proving everybody wrong and doing the things they needed to do to show up and crush.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Somebody on this show may have suggested that you should be relinquish your role as manager, but we won't dwell on that too much, I guess.
I would like to say, even though I was down on you guys, I said no way should that happen ever. So
Yeah.
I was
It's okay.
Just asking the question. I was just asking the question.
Yeah, it's all right. I know people often don't see. I guess it's easy to say that from an outside perspective when you don't see all the stuff we were doing or talking about or all the things that have changed. And yeah, like I said, I mean, I don't blame you for taking that approach because so we don't make the playoffs last year. We pick up a questionable draft pick to everyone. So basically it's just the same three guys. So if it's the same three guys don't make it to the playoffs last year, then how are they going to make it to the playoffs the next year as the league evolves so much, as time goes on? So I totally don't blame you for taking that approach. However, me and the Preds were extremely pissed off coming into this year. And we worked on a lot of stuff. Cratch worked on a lot of stuff. So we've come in with sort of, and our power ranking was 8. So I guess having a power ranking at 8 is such an advantage because you really don't have anything to lose. So you can kind of just go out and do whatever you want. And if you win, then, oh, the Preds won. That's awesome. Didn't expect that. Or you lose and it's like, hey, yeah, I mean, they're 8. So it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of advantage, take some pressure off of you as not only as a manager, but as just a team in general. So, yeah, I don't know. We hadn't been in that spot in a while, but it was, yeah, we're sort of playing from behind, not really anymore, but yeah, we were playing from behind and sort of had a chip on our shoulder, and we were still very, very aggravated with how last year ended. So we all worked a lot on, our wiffle ball game, and here we are.
There appeared to be a direct correlation to how big the chip on your guys' shoulder is to how far Ryan throws his bat after he hit the home run.
It is a direct correlation. It's definitely proportional.
Yeah, I think Ryan said it best on Pipe It Up, a few weeks back when he was on, saying that last year you guys were kind of just a show and go team, and
exactly.
The way that you put it, and that that's the way I kind of thought. You guys have been around the league for a while. You guys won before. It's not like you had anything to really have to prove. Obviously you guys were disappointed the way things went last year, but I think in my mind, I didn't view the draft pick as okay, we're gonna come and really change things around and change our approaches and stuff. I viewed it as, all right, we're just going to take somebody that we know and kind of show and go. Same thing, right? It's like we've been there. So it's, again, all credit to you guys for not doing that and really putting the work to come out and prove that you guys still have it.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And yeah, again, so, and that's sort of what I was getting at earlier is exactly the draft pick wasn't a huge change, we didn't change the, we almost changed who was going to be the ace, it was sort of, I was almost started McGlade and just depending, but Ryan's just absolutely nasty this year. So, no need to change that, but yeah, I don't know. I guess again, and this year was just a bit different feel for the Preds because we had never really tried to adapt, so a lot of things that we've all been thinking about is we're trying to expose what we're all weak at, which is uh from an egotistical standpoint, that's a tough thing to do because you don't want to admit that you are bad at something, but you got to swallow your pride. As I guess as you get older, it becomes easier to do that. So that's, I guess, the biggest thing that we did in the off season is we're trying to adapt. So it's like, I know no one's going to throw me risers. I know no one's going to throw me risers. So I got to try to learn how to hit a drop ball because people are going to throw me drop balls. I'm not very good at it. So I got to expose that. I know people are going to throw me an outside pitch. So I'm going to work at that because they don't want to throw me an inside pitch because everyone knows I pull the ball into right. So those are just the types of things that all of us thought about and changed a lot in our arsenal, I guess, or just our eyes and stuff. So yeah.
It's awesome.
That was the longest single tangent we've ever had just on the first part of the gambling.
So I talk a lot. So
Oh, that's okay. That's
that's
okay.
what you'll get.
That's what we have you here for. Okay, so that's how the money line works. You guys are favored. Second thing we bet on is total runs scored in the 3 games. Trevor will set an over under, and then I have to pick whether there will be more runs scored or fewer runs scored. And this one's going to be fun because currently there are 3 incredibly dominant pitchers in the league, and I imagine they'll be pitching 4 of the 6 games here.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. So you can't put the line too high in this type of game when you have Cratch and Baranowski throwing 4 of the 6 games most likely. And obviously we talked in the recap a few weeks ago with Drew and Baranowski about Bean and his development. McGlade's been pretty good this year as well. I kind of think McGlade and Bean have kind of been similar this year in the way that they've pitched and the lack of kind of great results. I think Steve's pitched pretty well. I think Bean's pitched pretty well. I expect them both to continue to get better throughout the season. So I put it at 13.5. I think you can't go too low, even though you could easily see some really low scoring games here. Just because you never know in that second game or the game between those two, you could end up getting a bunch of runs somehow. So it's really hard to set lines. It's always been hard. We say this every week. It's always hard in MLW to set the run total because you can always have one game that kind of just gets a little out of control, especially with the way, the second game ball phenomenon that we've talked about a bunch. So I'm going to go with 13.5 and you get to decide what you're going to do with that, Mike.
Okay, I'm gonna rely on Alec here to give me his thoughts. How many runs, just from your managerial expertise and experience, what do you think is a fair number of runs you guys will score in this series?
I think that's fair, but I'd go under than that, I think.
All right.
I wouldn't be surprised to see games 1 and 3 be 1-0 games. I wouldn't be surprised.
12, yeah. Okay. I'll be taking the under then, Trevor.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, that's just me though. I guess that's
he's
just
backing out of it now.
I guess that's just my see, this is why I don't bet.
Right. Well, that's why this is important. You don't bet. So
yeah, exactly.
If you were a big bettor, I would have gone over,
Yeah.
I've learned that from Jason Chadwick. Whatever he says, just do the opposite.
Yeah,
so,
just do the opposite.
All right. So I feel good about that. So far we've got $100. I've got the Preds and I've got the under. So I got 100 on each of those. And our third thing we bet on is ladder performance. MLW stats. They do the fantasy wiffle ball rankings. I need you to do me a favor, Alec, without thinking, lift one of your arms up. Yes.
No!
I get to go first.
This is the first time I ever wanted to go first.
Well, that's interesting because I don't feel super. Yeah, I guess I do. I'll just go with Cratch. I go with Cratch every time, every possible chance. So,
yeah,
I've got Cratch.
You have to. It's such a tough situation because we saw a few weeks ago when the Wildcats and Cobras played. Barron had a really good series, and somehow Kyle beat him out in the ladder. I don't know. We still need a recount on that, but I mean, I'm going to go with Barron here and just hope he pitches really well and he hits. In the one series that he gets the hit, he hits well. Not the one series, the one game he gets hit.
We'd be doing our guest a disservice if we didn't mention in all of the weeks that this has happened so far, and Joey posts the slate long ladder, there's only been one non-pitcher on the list, and that was slate 1. Alec, you were number 6, I believe, for the
Wow.
slate. It's, if you pay attention to how the ladder works, that's impossible to do. So congratulations, because
Thank you. Thank you.
you must have had one heck of a opening series. Couple homers,
Yeah.
lots of RBIs, whatever it was. Number 6. So congratulations. Don't feel bad that you didn't get drafted here. If you don't pitch, you can't win.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, I guess I'm flattered. I've impressed myself.
Although I do think one of the guys took Warda in the 4-man draft that we did, right?
Yep. Yeah, I don't have it in,
I think
in front
Jason,
of me.
I think Chadwick took you with his last selection. We picked, we had 4 each, right? That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Chatty.
Yeah, that's not good news for you though, Alec.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah,
you don't-
based off of what you've told me, Mike. I mean,
you don't want his stink on you. All right, that's our gambling preview. We covered all 3 things. Can you do me a favor? I'm kind of old. Can you explain to me what the whole thing is with Twitch? What is it you do? How does it keep you so busy? How does it expand the product?
I guess it's not too busy, because I only do it once a week. But yeah, it's just I'm just live streaming. So, yeah, how my camera was set up before to the right, that's kind of the angle that you'll see. So yeah, I basically just watch whatever series was released the week before. So tomorrow I stream and I'm gonna be watching Cobras Cats, and I basically just watch it, kind of give like a live commentary. So it's different than everything else because we wanted to have a live sort of interaction
Mhm.
form of content instead of everything being film and post like the YouTube pages, Instagram, TikTok, podcast, Patreon, everything is film and post. So we really wanted to reach that other form of content creation in the form of live streaming. So it's a good way for the fans to come in and interact with me, hear my live thoughts. I oftentimes have other players come on and hang out with me, so it's kind of their time to sort of they like it because you can ask us questions, kind of see how we are when we're just kind of sitting here like just being ourselves and not like we're not doing something. So it's kind of a fun thing for the fans to do, and I love doing it. So yeah, basically just live stream whatever I'm doing. After the series is over, I'll play some chess or do whatever I feel like doing and just talk to the chat. But yeah.
Okay, because you're giving, I mean, a typical series is like 30 minutes, but you're on there for like 3 or 4 times that length, right?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be on for like 2 hours. So I'll watch the series and then usually I'm just talking about it. The fans ask me questions and I just have conversations with whoever's talking. I answer pretty much every single message that gets sent in the chat. I will answer or respond to at least.
Okay, cool. Trevor, what kind of questions you got?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about some other things first. I guess first thought was for you participating in some of the fast pitch tournaments. I know you said that kind of helped you a lot with the way that you played in MLW. You want to talk a little bit about that? And did you play in any yet? I know the guys went out to NWLA or whatever. So yeah, just talk a little about how that's helped you out and everything.
Yes, so I didn't play in NWLA, but I played. The tournament that we had in Arizona featured a few fast pitch teams and one fast pitch team with Zilla. Shout out with Zilla, they're insane. But I guess so. I have almost no baseball background, so I don't even know like my swing's pretty unorthodox, but it's a wiffle ball swing and it's sort of backyard. But playing in those fast pitch tournaments and knowing I have to react, it's almost too fast to just react. They come at you too fast to react with your hands. It's just impossible. So after experiencing that, I understood, and then watching other people like Jimmy Norb or Kyle does this, or basically everyone in the league, they rock back. They rock back when a pitch is about to be thrown, and that just gives you a sense of timing. I never did that. Mine, if anything, I will just lunge forward, and that's sort of like the timing that I do. So I never did any of that, and I realized that's awful, and it just doesn't give you like a sense of timing. so playing in this fast pitch experience that I had and just studying other players and studying baseball players swing and seeing what they're doing, how they make good contact, their slots that their bats are in, depending on the pitcher's arm slot, so all those things I guess took into account, and I realized that I'm just really not, I have no cadence to my swing, and that's really important. So I guess that is the biggest thing that happened. And this year you can see it more in my footwork. I'm rocking back much more than I was last year. Just to get that timing and sort of have like an idea of when I'm going to swing.
So transitioning into this series, obviously Barron's been pretty impressive this year. What are your guys' approach to him, going into this series, and what have you seen from him, and what is your game plan?
Well, it's a little tough. I mean, I know he throws a really good drop. I know he's got a really good slider. I know. I mean, I got to play. I guess I'm not gonna. Yeah, I played with him in the All-Star game, so I got to see sort of what he had. And I guess at that point I wasn't really speculating because I was on his team and I was more hyping him up, and I was one of his teammates. So he and I were working together at that point. So I guess I wasn't really studying him too much there. But yeah, I mean, I guess I know I'm just assuming he's not throwing me risers. So I'm just preparing to, you know, really attack the ball because I know he doesn't throw balls, so he doesn't walk many people. So yeah, I'm just gonna attack him. I think all of us are. We like to come at teams with sort of a blitzkrieg mentality, a sort of overwhelming aggression. So I think we're just gonna keep that and be aggressive at them and be smart with your takes, be smart with your swings, but still be tenacious out there and get after them.
Are there any other inside information or tidbits you'd like to share about your preparation for the series? Drew offered me, a little extra if I'd provide him with it before you guys played. So I need to know what to charge him based upon how much good stuff you'll.
Yeah, the rate.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know, man. I mean, they're a really good team. I'm surprised you guys have us in the negative. That surprises me. I guess our standings our records better, but I mean, man, Cobras are a really complete team. Drew's really good manager, good captain, good dude in general, but he's a nasty whiffler. Barron, nasty whiffler. They don't have Barron's a really cool, calm, and collected guy. So you're not gonna get into his head, And he's just a nice dude. You don't want to chirp a nice dude. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have fun out there, have fun with them. But yeah, I guess we all sort of have our own little swing tidbits that we're working on
Okay.
and just trying to pitch safely.
All right. Well, you guys are 2 games up on them after 6, so you almost certainly have to be the favorite. But all of a sudden, I'm not feeling real great about taking the favorite, Trevor.
I mean, it's going to be a good series. I think it's going to be pretty similar to the Cats Cobras series. I think it's going to be that type of intensity at the park, at the Meadows that day. So I think we have a lot to look forward to when it comes to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a bad taking us because we are a really good squad, but I guess I'm just acknowledging that the Cobras are really good. Also,
it's interesting. Like they're very parallel teams as far as the lineup construction goes. And now Drew's, when we talked to Drew, he said he had it a little more figured out. But you have, like your cheering section of, you got Rudy, they got Gus, you got your pitcher, you got McGlade and they have Bien, and then you got the other 3 guys. So it's really interesting to see how, I think you guys have it more well established. Like this is what we're going with. We know what our rotation is. We know whose role is what. Mac will get in there if he gets a chance, if you guys are up or whatever, that type of stuff. But, whereas the Cobras, Drew said he has it all figured out now, and this will be the first series where you get to see whether he does have it figured out or not.
Yeah, I mean, Drew's always tries new things, which is cool, but I feel like sometimes that can hurt him maybe just because, I don't know, sometimes he'll take a pitcher out after innings and then throw a pitcher in to close one inning, which isn't the best idea. It's a really risky play to do. So, but he does things like that. I believe him that he has it figured out, but I don't know. He's got to have a solid game plan because he does have a tendency to make some impulsive decisions.
Highly entertaining though.
Yeah, really, it makes for good content.
Yeah.
It does.
Good
It
content.
does.
We've already gone a little bit longer than we had hoped.
I got
Trevor,
one more question.
you got one more?
Yeah, and then dinner's ready for me.
Okay. Go ahead.
So playing in Toledo, it had to be pretty awesome. How did it compare? You know, if you think about your Mount Rushmore of MLW moments, you know, you have your 100th home run, you have playing in Toledo, you have winning the championship in 2019. How do you stack those up? What's on the top of those?
Ooh, a quick answer: home run, World Series, Toledo, 100th.
Okay,
That
nice.
definitely.
Like it.
They're pretty equal. They're all pretty equal, but yeah.
Nice.
I'd say that's the lineup for that.
All right. I got 3 real quick things. One, Trevor, happy birthday, buddy.
Hey, happy birthday, Trevor.
Thank you.
Trevor turns
Let's go.
39 years young.
39. I remember
Very young
boy.
at heart, though.
I remember
Atta
what
boy.
that was like. 2, we recently at Fade the Mahoney, we hit our 1-year anniversary. So we made it a year. Pretty
Hey,
shocking.
congrats, boys.
Thank you. We've been ramping up since we've been focusing on Major League Wiffle Ball. So we appreciate all the support from the subscribers and especially the dudes from the league who've helped us grow. And lastly, if any of you out there enjoy poker or enjoy the movie Rounders, I spoke with a gentleman a few months ago who wrote a book who he basically wrote the original script from Rounders and had it ripped off. There's a link below. If you like the movie, you should check out the book. The author's a good dude. The movie's a great movie, and he had at least a little piece to do with it. And lastly, whoever gave us a thumbs down on our last video, come on.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Hey, Jojo, you don't know this, but from being in the YouTube streets, a thumbs down is actually the same as a thumbs up. So it doesn't matter as far as the recommendations go. Any good engagement.
No such thing as bad publicity.
That's right.
No. It's a whole streak of 100%, and the last one is like 96.
96.
That's how you know we're making it, Jojo. That's how you know we're making it.
Yeah, you gotta piss some people off. That's how it is. That's how it is.
I don't know how the Preds fans didn't thumbs down the season preview.
Preds fans are pretty young.
The Gators players did.
Yeah.
How it turned out for them though.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shout out Jorgie, first guy to hop in the comments and say I want to bet on that garbage Gators number. So shout out to him. That's all I got. I suppose we should give a quick congratulations to Ryan for his recent upgrade to what are we calling it? Co-captain?
Yeah, he's co-manager. I'm still maining as primary captain, but he's co-manager. Absolutely.
Shout out Ryan. He's been on the show a couple of times. All right, that's the preview. That's a lot of gambling talk. It's Trevor's birthday. He's got a special dinner waiting for him. So happy birthday, Trevor. Alec, this was awesome. If you could stick around for a couple of seconds afterwards, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, good gambling, everybody. Thanks for sticking around, Trevor. Alec,
yep, see you guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Good talking to you, Alec.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the series preview. For those of you who are new to the OG version of Fade the Mahoney, this show came about because there's a group of us, specifically the EDonk, who are terrible at sports betting. EDonk is a Mahoney, and if you fade a Mahoney, whatever they say to do, you bet the opposite way. So now that the NFL is back, we're going to do a couple of things. Every week, we're going to bet. The 3 of us are each going to provide you with our lock of the week. You guys can do what you want with that information. Generally, we're really bad, but one of these years we're going to turn it around, right? I feel really good about this slate. So you guys know Trevor. Some of you know the EDonk. I'm Mike.
What do you mean some of you guys do? I'm the one who started this shit.
The majority of our viewers nowadays are hanging out for Major League Wiffle Ball, and you haven't been on the show for Major League Wiffle Ball. So
it's unfortunate.
Yep. So we're going to do that. And the other thing we're going to do, we have entered the Circa Survivor contest out of Las Vegas, where you pick one team to win every week. It's $1,000 entry. We're in that. If you pick a winner every week, come the end of the year, you can win $6 million. So That's our goal. It might be more than 6 million if enough people register. So the three of us were doing that as well.
Let's just save the 1,000 and go to a nice dinner or something. I don't know.
That's what I've been saying. We have 0 shot.
No, do you guys see it? I've got it all mapped out. We're good. We're good.
Do you think we looked at that?
Yeah, no.
I was trying to find a fucking game I like this week, and there's like 0. I like none of them.
EDonk can't even open an email. You think you can look at a spreadsheet?
That's true. That's true. So for week 1, we put our heads together, a lot of spreadsheet work, and we're going with Baltimore for week 1. All the favorites are on the road.
I hate it.
All the favorite. That's everybody. That's good news. We'll be around for week 2. EDonk hates the pick. All the big favorites are on the road, so there will be carnage. We just have to avoid the wrong one.
Yeah.
All right. So now for our NFL picks, what'd you say?
That was a quick $1,000.
Yeah. No, we'll be all right.
Well, it was only 333.
That's true. Okay. So again, we're each going to give you our lock of the week for the NFL. And it's going to be round robin. We're each betting each other $100 per game. In the future, we may have a 4th person join us for even more action. But for the first time, it's just going to be the 3 of us. We did a random draw. Eric, you get to go first.
Who's Eric?
EDonk, you get to go
Oh.
first. Who's your
We're gonna
lock of the week?
go. So we're gonna go with Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. It's kind of weird to say, but
It is.
he's going back to Seattle, and he's going to trounce his old team. I just don't think. Marshawn Lynch isn't playing anymore, so
Too busy drunk driving.
that was epic.
All right. So we're using lines as of right now from DraftKings, not sponsored by DraftKings. So the EDonk with his first pick is laying 6.5 points with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I like road favorites or road favorites
Yeah.
are my specialty, and this one is just you could chalk it up.
All right. That's yours. My pick. I have second pick. I'm going to take the New England Patriots plus 3.5 on the road at the Dolphins. It's just too many points. I have no idea if the Dolphins are any good, but give me more than a field goal. So I'm on New England. Trevor, you're up.
First of all, I'd like to say that EDonk's pick is just pure Mahoney, right? And it's just if you're watching the show, that's the type of content that you should expect to get. And when you're cashing that ticket on the Seahawks on Sunday or Monday, whenever the hell the game is, just thank the EDonk.
You'd probably cash it on Tuesday.
Whatever day. Honestly, I'll be completely transparent with everybody watching. I am just now, for the first time, looking at the games that are being played this weekend.
Okay. It's good.
And the one that sticks out to me is the MLW boys will like this one a bit because I'm going to go with the home dome dog Lions against the my local team, which is the Eagles. I have the Lions getting 4, correct?
Yep. Plus 4 at home against the Eagles.
Yep. I think Matthew Stafford's going to be great.
It's good. Him and Calvin Johnson, an unbeatable combo there.
Yeah.
EDonk's pick is so bad. I already plan on betting the Seahawks anyway. So, but
how many yards do you think Barry Sanders will get this year?
Yeah, that's quite the trio they got, the 3 of them. All right, so we've each got $100, $200 on your game, $100 on everybody else's game. We're in Circus Survivor. Pay attention to how we do through the year. You'll figure out which one of us is worse as we go on, and then you'll know which Mahoney to fade. So, all right, that's going to do it for week 1. The 3 of us will be back together.
We still got a shout out to Dankness.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Did you watch that, Trevor?
I did. It was excellent. As always, the Dankness material is just the best. He's the best.
I'll try to put a
Yeah.
link down below. That's Poker Talk from Will Jaffe, right? Jaffe?
Jaffe, yeah.
However
know-
you pronounce it.
You know him, Trevor, right? You know him a
I
little bit?
do. Yeah, he and I have spent some time at the tables over the years. He's a good guy.
All right. Well, shout out to him.
You think is he a sharp?
Oh, he's definitely a sharp. He's definitely a Mahoney. He should be on this. He should be on this podcast if I had good enough pull.
Well, maybe down the road you can get him to join us for the 4-man. All right. We've already gone too long. Say goodbye to the people, everybody. Good gambling.
Great shirt, Mike.
Thanks.
It's okay.
It's Dobie.
All right, I'm going to bed.
See ya.
See you guys.